Drafting panel, go. I love that your snowball comes like down from the sky.
Yeah, extra. Oh, that's too ugly.
Let me make you a bit louder.
Very like over. The exposure is difficult on this.
Yeah, you've got like a massive window next to you.
It's ironic. It looks brighter. It looks a lot brighter than it is.
Oh, okay, it's like you're playing in a church or something.
I know. 10 seconds remaining. Try and move like this. No, there's no way. It's too bright.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe it'll auto adjust. That's the best I'm gonna do.
All right. Chill cast, yeah, very chill. Got debate mail and veteran drafting. Okay. Ross is drafting. Wait, where's Ross? What team's Ross on? I need to put the picture in.
Ross is on the Ross team.
Where's the picture? Where's the Ross picture? Oh, I don't have it here.
No.
Insert that sometime. Very important.
I'll put up Twitch. Very important, mate. I'm able to bet my own points.
No, cannot. Well, waiting for the first ban still took a while for them to decide that Nyx Assassin is the hero they wanted to get rid of. Immediately got rid of OD.
No one wants to play against Sam's OD, even though Sam just wants to play it so badly.
And you also got Brex though, so lots of OD players, and they decided that they're not going to get the first pick on the Dire, so they want to get rid of OD. Troll Warlord, that's quite an early core ban.
They're thinking about picking Tusk or Slardar? I don't know. It does seem like a strange first ban to me.
Troll Warlord is a very good laner, but it's quite unusual to first phase him. So
yeah,
because he's easily kited, but he can man fight pretty much any hero in the game, including Ursa. So
well, they switched captains. Ollie's captain.
Oh yes, they did. Okay, fair enough. I don't know why they did that. Death Prophet ban makes sense. We know that good old Noodles loves to play Death Prophet support. It's very, very oppressive. I think it's 57 base damage, 335 move speed, 4 base armor. It's got really good stats, 600 attack range. It's very, very irritating. Shadow Shaman, that's also very meta at the moment for some reason.
I feel like almost every in-house has opened with Shadow Shaman. The last 3, I think, have opened with Shadow Shaman.
He's such a meta hero, and he's being played in POS 4 and POS 5. He's just so good. Yeah. So I think finally he got enough cast range talents over the years that he's got a more reliable lockdown than it used to be.
What I didn't realize with Shadow Shaman is the skill builder changed. So when I played Shadow Shaman in 2016, the skill build was max Ether Shot.
Yeah.
It's not anymore. The skill build is like max. You get like value in each, but you max hex.
Max the hex, do you? I've not seen
that. That's what POS 4 players on D2PT are doing.
The hex on Shadow Shaman doesn't scale as well as Lion's. It's just an inferior version of Lion's hex. So I'm surprised he doesn't max out his other spells, but I don't know.
The thing about maxing Shackle is it also disables you. Is the problem? And it's got a really crappy range into Ether Lens and Sharp.
Yeah, if you max it early game, you're right. You can't always get it off. So that does make sense. Rubik as well. So both supports coming out very quickly.
Rubik into Tidehunter.
Yeah, I guess stealing Ravage is game changing because Rubik's Ravage is so much stronger than Tide's. How much stun did Rubik get? 30% more? Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's 0.28 times 3, 6. 8, very difficult math to do. It's approaching 4 second stun. It's like 3.6 second stun roughly. I'm
kind of surprised Ollie picked a Rubik instead of like an Ursa, because they found out a Troll, which is a good Ursa man fighter, and then someone like a Slark as well.
Well, maybe they're
waiting. I feel like they've left themselves a little vulnerable by first picking a melee offlaner. Maybe it'll be fine.
Tide is quite a safe hero relatively. He can go into the jungle if needs be. He's pretty bad against. This is what I'm expecting to happen. This happens every single time we draft a Tide. Drow Ranger gets banned. Just watch. Always happens every single time.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Drow for the Radiant or Drow for the Dire?
The Radiant will. The Dire will ban Drow because Tide is so sad against Drow in lane. Yes, he purges off the slow eventually, but you'll never get to the Drow's Tide ever. So
it's not all the same against like melee dominators like Monkey Usher and.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tide is anti-melee in some aspect. He cannot fight a Monkey King. No chance. Monkey King's got way too much attack range. Ursa, Tide still has the edge. Yeah, definitely.
They banned Monkey.
Okay. He's a good hero right now. I don't know who are the Monkey King players. I think Ross can play it.
They're really strongly banning lane dominating safe lanes.
Anti-mage, yeah.
On Radiant.
Anti-Mage is not good against Tidehunter in lane. Yes, you burn all of Tidehunter's mana. He needs like 30 mana to Anchor Smash, and he just hits you in the face over and over. It's really annoying for Anti-Mage.
Then you can't last it and you cry.
Mm.
Yeah, then they banned us. I'm so confused.
There's so
today.
many melee heroes being banned. I wonder what hero they're going to play. One who doesn't want to deal with melees?
Radiant team ban.
Probably not banned. Okay, fine, fair enough. That's... I can't see the angle they're going to go. Because if you wanted to pick Drow, Ursa's fine. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Troll Warlord's not really a problem either. Monkey King's a bit annoying, but
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not
Lycan?
sure what they're going for. Yeah, maybe.
5
You don't
seconds
really ban, like, you don't need to ban Ursa if you want to pick Lycan.
No, you don't. You don't.
Also, you don't want to pick Lycan into Tidehunter in general anyway.
Maybe they're really thinking about their off-laner and they want, like, Underlords really, really badly. I don't know. It's weird.
I feel like you just pick Underlord and ignore, you just deal with whatever cards you got, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
They banned Puck in the end. I'm very bamboozled by these bans, to be honest.
Me too.
Maybe there's a plan.
I can't see a logic in there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there must be. They're not random bans.
No.
Bristleback, okay. We're still waiting on some cores. The only core we have is POS 3 Tidehunter.
Yeah, with those kind of bans, maybe a Bristle made sense. Maybe that's what they were thinking.
Ollie does like playing Bristleback as well. He even played at POS 1 in the ranked game that we played a while ago.
Remaining.
Yeah.
It is a good hero in the current meta. It scales very well with that.
5 seconds remaining.
Eternal Shroud has given it a massive, massive increase in survivability.
Does Ollie want to play Enigma?
He's not banned any Enigma heroes. I don't know.
I feel like you'd ban Wraith King if you wanted to play Enigma.
Wraith King's quite annoying, yeah, definitely.
Because you just ignore him, basically, and go to the jungle. Also, Enigma, ironically, can't deal with skeletons. It doesn't have a way to deal with skeletons.
No, you convert one into a knife
Convert one skeleton.
If you
and
convert
it respawns.
yeah, it respawns, but it's just weird because you've turned its body into something else, but it still comes back to life, which I find quite odd. It's a weird mechanic. Like if Doom eats a skeleton, another skeleton respawns, you go, wait, I've eaten it. How is
Do
that
you know what I
happen?
discovered was a really annoying counter to Lycan?
What's that?
Doom? Because you summon the dogs, and then the first thing he does is to eat one of your dogs.
Yeah.
And then you just lose 20 damage.
He
to
doesn't get the
last
stats though, does he? He doesn't get a crit and an invis.
No.
That would be
but
so good.
I did find it extremely annoying.
Yeah. I guess that works.
He just waited to eat my dog every single time. Every time I resummoned some dogs, he just ate one of them. I was so sad. I just couldn't
What
do
if you're
it.
Chen, you just
10
convert the
seconds
dog?
remaining.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
funny.
could be good.
That could
Or
work.
Enchantress, you dominate a
5
dog.
seconds remaining.
So Lich is a interesting pick. So with Lich and Skywrath, you've got a lot of magic damage, but not a high amount of lockdown. There's going to be the Noodles Razor. So that's
Noodles Razor.
pretty famous pick. It's good against Tidehunter because you just can't get away from you. You can easily run down heroes like Lich and Skywrath. Quite tanky hero. Downjin Yasha is going to be built at some point, I imagine.
They don't have any non-ultimate stuns yet on the Dire.
No, Radiant at least have 2 stuns coming up from their supports. 2 very
5
long
seconds
stuns.
remaining.
Well, decent from Rubik, but very good from Shadow
Yeah.
Shaman. You've got Sinister Gaze, which I think was up to about 2.3 seconds, and you don't max it first anyway, so
No.
they need something to lock down, I agree. But that relies on your mid and your POS 1 to have some stun.
And they banned out Monkey, so there's your pos 1. With
Maybe
a stun.
Chaos Knight could work.
Yeah.
He's a good hero. He destroys Shadow Shaman, Rubik, and even Razor. Kill pretty quickly. Razor can't drain from all the illusions at once, so...
It's a nice PL game for Dire right now.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think right. It's fine against Razor, because you have so many illusions and he can't drain all of them at once. He doesn't know which one the real one is straight away either.
Yeah.
So that helps.
And then, yeah, then your mid has to... I feel like that leaves you basically forced to pick Void Spirit for some control.
Void
on
Spirit's a
mid.
very good mid. Yeah, I
Radiant
think
team pick.
that could be a good pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so more no damage, high damage, but more no crowd control. So that's kind of the Dire's game plan is going to be very much Tidehunter ult, and you drop everything at once and try and wipe the team. Because otherwise, you
I
struggle.
don't like this PA pick. I think PA really struggles against Razor.
You have to blink strike
10
away,
seconds
and then you're
remaining.
already on the defensive. And if you lose enough
Yeah.
damage to Razor, your crits will do 0 damage.
5
Because
Yeah.
obviously all her damage is a multiplier. Okay,
Nice,
so
okay.
control for Lich and Scarif. It's good against Tide because he can't get rid of the silence. It stops PA doing a lot. It's an aggressive hero. I like it, yeah. With Razor as well. Very aggressive lineup. Yeah, I think it's good.
Razor
Scarif is
1.
good.
We're doing Razor 1.
Still could go mid.
3.
Still could
Yeah,
go
it could
mid.
go mid,
Yeah.
true.
I think Razor 1 is fine because he has a good lane no matter what. And it's nice to have your POS 1 have a good lane. He scales quite well with items. Maybe not as well as like a Terrorblade or something, but he still scales okay.
It's a good like anti-carry.
Very good, yeah.
10
And
seconds
his
remaining.
Aghanims can be quite good if he wants to go that route. I don't think he'll go Yules, the POS 3 Razor sort of
5
strat.
seconds
Yeah.
Probably just go
Or-
Sanjin Yasha.
Atos, I think, pos 3 Razors have been going as well, like
Okay.
Atos Gleipnir.
Yeah, I think you just go Sanjin Yasha
Yeah.
in the POS 1
Agree.
and BKB against their team. BKB Sanjin Yasha and you can just run at everyone. No one can stop you.
Yeah.
Pretty unstoppable then.
You're guaranteed to win your lane. Give Tide the suck.
Yeah, Tide can't do anything. You can't get onto Razor. You can't
10
anchor
seconds
smash him.
remaining.
Level 3, Razor will just steal 70 damage from Tide, then anchor smash
5
does no
seconds
damage.
remaining.
You just right click him over and over, he's got no chance. He can't
Yeah,
purge it
no way.
off because it's not a debuff that's dispellable. Okay, so last bans, banning TA, banning Viper. The Dire still need some more lockdown because this Razor is going to be all over the place and they're not going to be able to stop him. Same with the Night Stalker at night time, 500 move speed. How are you going to kill him?
Dire team ban.
I think they have to pick Void Spirit.
Also Skyrath, he wants some stun so he can ult, and you don't want to have to wait for Atos before you have any lockdown, so you want someone on your team with
Lesh?
a reliable stun.
Team pick.
Leshrac does have a stun a bit unreliable.
Dire team pick.
Radiant knew exactly what they wanted, and it was for some
Oh,
reason
no.
Bounty Hunter.
It's
But
the only bounty mid.
I think that's not a bad idea because your team is a very aggressive team, and Bounty Hunter, of course, gives everyone free gold. Not a lot at the beginning, it's only 40 gold a kill, but 130 for yourself. Yeah, I think Bounty can work well. Really high damage. Means they have to
All he
now
does
do
is
with
he
invis.
maxes Shuriken and he just chucks Shuriken at them and you can't.
5
Basically,
seconds
no mid
remaining.
laner can
It's
sustain
a
that.
very, very high damaging spell that I think scales quite weirdly. If it's still the same as I remember, it used to be 100, 200, and then like
375 at the end. I think.
375. It gets a talent to improve it as well. It's a hard-hitting spell, a very hard-hitting spell, and obviously it now bounces into track targets as well. So we'll see. And the final pick is Visage. Now that is not a hero we've seen very much of at all.
Does Ross play Visage? Juju plays Visage.
Wow, okay. I mean, that has some crowd control, but not a huge amount. It's good against Bounty Hunter, actually very good against Bounty, because Gravekeeper's Cloak will really absorb that Shuriken damage. It's quite clever. It gives you some push. Dire definitely scale a bit better into the late game, but I think Radiant have such an edge early on, so we'll have to see how it works.
Do you know the thing I learned about Visage lately is you know the birds. So the birds get the Gravekeeper's Cloak aura, but hitting the birds doesn't remove any charges.
Is it not? You have to hit the
No.
Visage.
You have to hit the Visage.
But then
The
if
birds can basically run around with like 80% damage reduction.
but they have to be near him to get that effect. If
Yeah,
you're
they
sending
have
them
to be
out
near
to
him.
snipe stuff or kill towers or whatever, then they're easy to kill.
I think this game's going to go one of two ways.
Yeah.
I think either the Visage is going to pop off, and they don't have a way to deal. They don't have enough damage, basically. That's one route for Dire. Alternatively, I think Radiant is just going to run around and do whatever they want because there's not enough crowd control. Like once Ravage is off cooldown. I think those are the two avenues. So I think mid lane will be the one to watch.
I think the lanes are going to be difficult for the Dire, apart from mid lane, where I think Visage does have a good chance here. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what Visage can do. I'm excited to see a hero we don't see very often. Visage is quite a cool hero because the micro is fun. I don't know why the game is still on this screen. There we go. 6 wins.
Six
in a row.
wins in a row. Don't doubt the Dan Reader Razor.
Oh, he has
It's
some
very
good games.
Yeah. It's the return of Ross.
That's not very much. That's to show, but they still gave him the privilege
One,
of
two,
being
three.
featured. I like that. Okay, yeah, it is Return of Ross. That's what I should have called this in-house, Return of Ross. Or Return of Drekken.
Rainbow Warrior!
For battle.
There you go,
Okay.
for you, Rhyme. He's the first person to redeem Rainbow Warrior in a while with the reduced cost. Let me get some cams going. So, first on the list,
I almost feel bad.
surprise.
You should run.
There we go. Already chatting to his team. You can see
Feels good, you know. He feels good about draft. If I was on Ollie's team, I'd probably feel good about the draft. So I've chatted with Ollie about bounty mid. So what Ollie's been doing is he's been going the greedy money build, so Ags into Ocorn,
Yep.
and then just trying to buy whatever he needs on team.
Yep.
Now he did get stomped by a bounty mid the other day in ranked, where the bounty went kind of SMY
30
like
seconds
general
to
purpose
record.
right click. So I think he went like BKB butterfly or something like
Yeah.
that. So I'll be interested if Ollie sticks with the classic greed build or if he wants to branch out
I
into
think
doing his own damage.
Both of them can work because obviously Track now has that free crit. It's almost like a Bloodthorn at rank 1, going
Yeah.
into a guaranteed Juggernaut crit. Imagine Juggernaut critting every single hit. Obviously Bounty doesn't scale as well as Juggernaut. His attack speed is a lot lower. He's quite poor agi gain. But if you can get on top of people, you hit very hard. So I think either can work. I feel like Ags is just so good on Bounty. Have you seen how much money you can get when you have that? I think Ross is in a bit of trouble here. Maybe Debate Mode. I can't really tell. This is a very close game. There we go. Drekken gets the first blood. Already, Drekken. First in-house in a long time. Ross actually going to TP out. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. One more auto attack still wouldn't have killed him, so he actually was safe. Drekken absolutely spamming his Frost Blast. Does have 3 mangoes. He's buying a Ring of Basilius.
He's
which I
buying
think
more
is
mangoes.
smart. And more mangoes and a Ring of Bassi. Look how slow
One
the
more
Courier is at
mango.
level 1.
Well, that's-
246.
They're slowed by regen.
Oh yeah,
That's
that still
why
happens, doesn't
everybody's-
it? Yeah, minus
everybody's
44
ancient.
move speed, yeah.
They
Forgot
should
about
have
that.
290.
Look at Ollie. Dinarda level 1. Bit difficult to get to a Visage. So the damage on Shokintos has changed, okay, since I remember it. 150 damage at level 1. Like, that's
It's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Then it goes up 75 damage a level, going up to 375 on an 8-second cooldown. I mean, that's got to be one of the most powerful nukes in the game. It's slightly stronger than Vengeful Spirit's Missile, which is 90 a level, going up to 360.
Not yours.
Starting at 150, that's generous scaling right there.
I'm gonna put my points on Radiant.
Are you okay? There we go, there's some points.
I always go for 500.
The moderate amount. So I found out that they changed the amount of extra points subscribers get just from watching the channel. It's 1 times for normal people, right? 1.2 times for tier 1 subscribers, and it goes up to double the points for a tier 3 subscriber. But obviously, no one should be a tier 3 subscriber to my channel. That would be a massive waste. At least for now it is. Until I find it's something that the big streamers use for like, oh, you get to play with me, but you have to be a tier 3 subscriber. But there's no way I'm going to do that.
Bottom lane, Max. Tied under struggling, taking a lot of damage from Razor.
He's spamming Gush actually to get last hit, so he's already used a fair bit of mana. He's
Oh
only
yeah, he hasn't
4
got an
last hits.
Anchor Smash. I only
Yeah.
just noticed that.
Yeah, it's because he's been using Gush to secure ranged last hits. He knows it's a really hard lane, and you're not going to get a lot out of Anchor, but you will need to get some points in it eventually because you're going to need to farm the jungle with it. Yeah, loses the ranged last hit. Deutsch, he's last hitting well, and that's nice for a Night Stalker because Night Stalker's early game is a little bit mediocre. Void's an okay spell, but I mean, he literally has to level up an ability which does nothing. That's the sad thing about Night Stalker.
We talked about the bounty mid, but Juju has no points in Gravekeepers, so I would have
Does
said
he
that was
not?
the no.
Okay.
I would have said that's the only thing keeping him in this matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, I did think about it. I mean, you get four layers. Oh wow, Brex finds a kill.
Brex kills Kinder. He might
Ah.
pay for it though.
No, Brex is
Maybe not.
fast. I mean, he doesn't
fast.
even need boots. He's still at 325 move speed. Razor is a slow hero, base speed. Of course, he gets a lot of speed from Storm Surge, but if you don't have any points in it, you're actually quite slow.
I think Razor's E ability wins the prize for the most boring ability in Dota.
Yeah, it didn't used to when I started playing Dota, but now it is. Every other ability
Yeah.
has been revamped. Even what's his name, Wraith King. His abilities have got more interesting over time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you played when Drow first came out, and her ultimate was
Just-
Agi.
Just Agi.
It was literally just Agi, nothing else.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they had to make it more interesting. Now, of course, it's a very interesting ability. I know it's still a passive, but it's got a lot more mechanics to it. Debatemo is in a little bit of trouble with the aggression from Ross and Draken. The Ross combo.
we might
Get a
find
nice kill.
Deutsch as well.
But Deutsch seems to be running at Draken. I'm not sure he... Okay, he actually thinks this is what he needs to do.
Running up. Is he going to finish him?
No,
Ah,
too many, they have so
slow.
many slows. They have slow into slow into slow.
Well, they need to really be chillaxing because Night Stalker is not a strong hero until nighttime.
Ollie's taking a lot of damage. In fact, he nearly died. Isn't quite
Let's go.
going to go down. We do have
He has got
Gravekeeper's Cloak
bottle
now.
now.
Gravekeeper's Cloak gives... Is Visage still a hero who suffers from low base magic resist, or did they change that? I can't remember.
They changed. No, they changed that. He's got 25% magic resist.
But it
now.
says damage reduction per layer 8%. We're going to see when some of the charges go off. I think Ollie's in a bit of trouble here. It still says 25% even when he lost the Gravekeeper's Cloak charge, so I'm guessing it doesn't actually tell you. He has 1 armor. He just hit level 5 and now he's gone up to 1 armor. I didn't realize the base armor on this hero is so bad. 1.3 agi gain as well. He really relies on that Gravekeeper's Cloak. It's just 8% damage reduction now.
Yeah, it's just straight damage reduction. It doesn't change your...
24%. Okay, that's good.
Like, so you take less damage from pure damage as well, things like that.
Everything. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, Courier Snipe.
Dire's courier has been slain.
Unlucky Ross. Ross is level 5 already. Level 5 in the off lane before 5 minutes. I mean, the safe lane is really high level. And I think he's found Debate Mail. Nice telekinesis throwback, but I can't see any way you escape from this. Draken is almost ready with the Frost Blast. Doesn't need to use it though. Just going to watch Ross slowly get the kill.
Is he?
Well, yeah. Okay, then
Yeah,
Draken
there we
takes
go.
it. Nice, okay. I mean, that's fair enough. I think you've got to take them as quickly as you can. Not
His
to
lane
waste
gets a
time.
bit better now, but I feel like they've made the first nighttime for Nightstalker a bit harder by kind of feeding in the first 5 minutes.
He hasn't died though, and he's doing okay with last hits,
Yeah.
but it's Ross who's level 5.5 already.
It's
What's going on here,
actually the Razor Shadow Shaman that's struggling.
Interesting that Hyde is holding his own against Razor. I know he's, he has had to buy a fair bit of regen, but he's doing okay in the last hits.
I guess Brex is doing a really good job of just like being a real pain in the ass with Skywrath.
This Hidge is actually not doing quite as well as I would have thought in this lane. I mean, Ollie is doing fine. He's got a bottle. He's still got 2 Fairy Fires. He's out last hitting. Look at that damage. Okay, it's not a lot because of the Gravekeeper's Cloak. Maybe he should have got more points in Gravekeeper's Cloak because it's like absolutely his strongest ability against bounty spam.
At the moment, he's taking. Does it do damage? Presumably, it does do damage at the max layers before it takes a layer off, right?
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
thought so.
So it does 32% less damage. It's quite a lot. Even
Yeah,
at 9
I would be going points in that. I know the Grave Chill is a strong spell, but if you look at each point of Grave Chill, it doesn't massively improve it. So, anyway, Ollie's having a good time playing bounty mid. The meme is back, Ross picked me bounty mid.
He's TP bottom.
Rex gets a kill on Noodles. Does die to Kinder Surprise. Do we have Shackles? Not yet. Ollie does
Just
go
gonna
bot.
give him a bit of tax.
So, I mean, getting a kill on Noodles is really good. Noodles is just hit level 5, but we have level 6 on Ross already. He is a high level hero. I don't know how he's managed to get so high. I know Draken's only level 3, but having crit definitely makes a difference. It's not a massive crit in the early game. It's only 15% chance to 200%, which is actually pretty pathetic. Look at the damage that they have. Doige with the massive damage coming out from Void, but we did have to stick. Rex is TP top. I think Doige just needs one more Void and he's got the kill, so Ross realizes he has to escape. Throws a dagger to slow Doige. Debateman's going to die to Draken in a second. One more auto attack. There it is. Can you get the courier? One more. Yes, and Draken gets the courier. Beautiful. And Doige will dive Brex. But I think Doige is now going to go down here. Void has a 1 second cooldown. He's in the whole creep wave. That's the problem. There we go. And he decides to try and go on Draken. Draken does actually end up dying to the creep wave because there are so many creeps here. So managing to get a double kill on Doige.
Juju, meanwhile, is beating on the mid tower.
He did a fair bit of damage to it. Maxed out the Grave Shield. Look, he's also got a medallion already. So pretty good against Bounty Hunter. He has a lot of armor. Steal his attack speed and then remove his armor. So he's doing okay. Of course, you do get a little bit extra gold playing Bounty Hunter as well. If you can get the Janadas off. A bit difficult to Janada ranged here in mid.
Yeah. I think it's hard for Bounty to make rotations as well. We're going on top lane.
Ross is low. He's going to
thinking
link strike
about
away.
it.
Doige is trying to chase. He's a fast hero. He's got phase boots and he's got dark ascension. Does he have the vision? He's got a lot of nighttime vision. Yeah, there will be the kill.
Yes,
Wow.
he
knew
might
could
dive
reach
Rot
it.
on the tower as well. Drakon, sorry. Nah, they're just gonna play chill.
I mean, Ollie's here. I mean, Ollie's just hit level 8. You've got level 7 on the Night Stalker. Doige went from, you said, it was a tough lane. They made it harder by feeding. But now he's 3-1-0 already. And
Yeah,
he's
they
last
popped
hitting
off.
well. Yeah, he's already got the Orb of Corrosion, which is a nice Night Stalker item.
I think Dire ever played their advantage. They've got to respect that he does stop being a melee creep at
Radiant's
nighttime.
middle tower has fallen.
Oh yeah, he's strong. I mean, one of his abilities does literally nothing until nighttime, and then his other ability gets even stronger. 4 seconds slow instead of 1.25.
The thing that's tricky about Bounty mid is you can't push the wave. So it's really hard for you to actually make rotations.
Oh yeah, he's one of those heroes like Skyrath mid, you've got to stomp. Noodles enjoying a lot of damage stolen. I think Brex may be in trouble, but no, I mean, Noodles does not have a single point in Storm Surge yet. Which I guess is typical, but it does make you a slow hero.
Especially after Go and after Gush and Skyrath slow.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how bad PA's ult is at level 1? Like, at rank 1, it's worse than rank 1 of Juggernaut's thing. I mean, Juggernaut's crit starts at, what, 15% as well, I think, with 1 point in it? So it's literally the same as a Juggernaut ability you can skill at level 1. And then it goes up to 450% crit, which makes it ridiculous. But it starts awful.
200 damage.
Yeah, it's not that impressive. I mean, Wraith King's crit's basically as good, and it's guaranteed.
You get easy last hits, yeah.
Okay, neutral items. We're at the 10-minute mark. It's 5-7. The net worth is very close with both Doige and Ollie in the lead, but the Dire team aren't too far behind. I'm actually really impressed with Veteran, how he's only died once this game in a lane we thought would be an absolute stomp against him. And he's managed to hold his own. He's got a very interesting skill build. I've never seen this on Tide before. 1 point of Anchor Smash, 3 points Cracker Shell, and 2 points Gush. It's kind of all over the place, but I think it's worked. It's been what he needed. Oh, Juju's here. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, there's no way Kinder lives. I mean, is there a kill in the top lane as well? Yeah, they did manage to get a kill on Ross. Shadow Shaman is not very good against Visage because even if you shackle the main hero or Hexen, well, the birds are going to kill you. So
They're gonna look to take this town. They've done the 10-minute catapult rotation. Big brain play.
yeah,
Dan
good
reading
timing, good timing. Both teams taking the tower at both safe lane towers going down almost exactly the same time. But mid tower, Dire have already taken the Radiant one. They have the lead there because of course Bounty really cannot do anything about it. A fair bit of damage to Ross, that's a decent chunk, but he has treads on strength and a ring of health. He is quite durable. I think he's actually okay against Ollie. I know Ollie has Bounty rune, Arcane rune, so he's going to be absolutely spamming.
It's so annoying. Just annoy them to death.
Doing a lot of damage actually. That's going to be a kill. Fade Bolt, bam.
The track kill.
That wasn't even max rank Fade Bolt when he used it. It was just rank 3, but that was enough. The power of the Arcane Rune. Now, Ollie is going Sanjin Yasha. You talked about this, being stomped from that ranked game. Now he's actually trying it out himself. He still went Arcane Boots, Bottle, and Wand for tons of regen. And then he went Yasha. So he's going to try and play it like a core. Maybe he'll go Sanjin Yasha BKB.
Looks like.
Okay.
I guess he doesn't want to get blown up by Skyrath Mage. That's probably what he's worried about.
I mean, if you run at him, run at something like Skyrath with BKB and track, like you can absolutely destroy him. There's nothing he can do about it.
I think that's a really rough death for Ross. Yeah, he doesn't have TP scroll. He's got to walk back to the jungle. He's got to do the walk of shame back to the jungle.
Walk of shame, never good. He's not that close to Battle Fury either.
No, exactly.
Still a decent amount to go. He's 12 minutes in. He's not had a good a time as I thought. He's okay at last hitting, 63, one of the highest in the game. Ollie's here to steal the creep. Yep. Just walks in, 57 gold. See ya.
Yeah, that's Ross's head absolutely gone.
Yeah. He does have a...
Oh, they dust dolly up.
But he's got bounty. He's got bounty. He's fine. Out comes the ult from Lich. Here's the Ravage. Also dropped the Shaman wards. There's a lot going on here. The Lich ult still bounced around. Yeah, it was. I was wondering why it was killing Drekken. And now Jabate manages to get a double kill. He is going to go down. Wow, just fights happening all over the place. They do manage to farm the Serpent wards as well. So that is a Dire victory. Serpent wards plus 3 kills. Both the mid heroes died.
Are there any track kills there though?
I think so. Let's have a look at the golds gained. So the Radiant definitely gained less gold and XP than the Dire, so it was a Dire victory. Not sure how many track. It could maximum have been 2 track kills, even if that. I'm not sure it was.
Yeah.
Sanj and Yasha being built on noodles. That's pretty normal. Ollie is getting close to his Sanj. Top net worth still belongs to the heroes in the Radiant. It's very close. Though. We're at a 9-11 score at the moment.
She does 500 damage with 2 spells. Very strong.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Brex also has no armor, so he gets denarded. It's gone. And Ollie is a very fast hero because I think track gives a large amount of move speed. 16% speed is if you're near people. Yeah, near the tracked unit, you go fast. Decent. I'm not sure what the radius is for this move speed. It doesn't actually say. But still, he's a fast hero with Yasha as well. Took the 40 Janada damage talent. Goes up to 200 bonus damage. Ollie has double damage, but has to be careful in case you have any detection. We've got a veteran here, but that would be under the tower. Not sure he wants to do that. They ping him, they know he's there. Ross is just getting a little bit of farm safely. There's going to be a TP back, and that's from Noodles. Yeah, Noodles is chasing Ross. Ross has used the Blink Strike. Just going to TP out because that's the safest option.
Still sad though. It's still disrupt. It's still like messing with him. You know what I mean?
He could have TP'd back somewhere else. He TP'd all the way back to base. Maybe that was a bit of a over panic.
Yeah, I think you should have TP bottom because Razor TP top, right?
Yeah.
So nobody's going to be there anymore, and you can just farm that for free. You get the whole Radiant jungle, Radiant bottom jungle. Sorry.
Did the bounty you played against? Did he go arcane boots? I mean, I know you can spam shuriken, but
I'll double check. I'm pretty sure he either went treads or phase.
yeah, I feel like arcanes. I don't know. I guess it does let you also spam shuriken a lot. So and spam track.
Yeah, I will.
That's
check
a
though.
lot of damage coming out from the. Was that Rubik stolen max rank concussive shots? Because Brex has gone for the Skywrath support build, which is the max concussive. 95 mana for 280 damage.
So in Ollie's game, he was against a bounty. Ollie was playing bounty hunter. Sorry, Ollie was playing Shadow Fiend, and the bounty went BKB first, which I guess makes sense. And then he went back for SNY, but he went treads actually. Interestingly.
Did Ollie play Shadow Fiend like you're supposed to play, or did he play it like a right clicker?
The standard.
The proper way, okay.
Standard
Veteran's taking look at the damage.
He's
Veteran
dead.
the Shuriken didn't even reach him. So much damage coming out. You know, most of it is coming out from Rubik's stolen concussive shot, which is doing 355 damage on basically no cooldown whatsoever. There we go. We drop the wards. We actually pull him out of it, but I think Juju's still going to go down. There's a Lich Ult bounce around doing a lot of work though. In fact, it's going to get one kill. Nearly gets another. Almost kills Ollie. Noodles is going to go down. The amount of damage Draka did in that fight was incredible, but they did lose 3 of their heroes, including Ross. So yeah, massive bloodbath there. If we have a look at the damage done by Lich. 3,141 and 43 damage. The power of Chain Frost.
Yeah, his Chain Frosts have been really, really on point.
But Radiant still winning that exchange. It's a very close game. 12 to 13. Radiant do have a bit of a lead, but of course Bounty is always going to have slightly more gold than anyone else because he's Bounty.
Oh, the stolen Skywrath ult nearly kills Drakon. Holy moly.
The amount of work he made with that stolen concussive shot was incredible. 355 magic damage on 95 mana cost. Just spamming it on cooldown. Going for Ether Lens. Actually can afford Ether Lens now on the Rubik. A nice spell for him to have. Nice item.
I think Ross shouldn't have been at that fight. He needs his Battle Fury. Like,
yeah.
There's a PA with a Perseverance to do it. 17 minutes, like nothing.
17 minutes. He's pretty close to it though. He needs about 600 gold, so he will have that soon. Looks like a fight is going to break out. Brex in a lot of trouble. There's no way he's going to live. Debatemo gets yet another kill. Doij has silenced Juju, and it also silences his bird so that they can't stun. So it turns out Night Stalker is pretty good against Visage, but Visage is still quite a durable hero. 1700 HP. He's already got Aghanims. Didn't realize that. What does Aghanims do? Is it turns the familiars and Visage invisible, granting 20% move speed, upgrading his movement type to flying. When his familiars leave invisibility, deal 30% more damage for 4 seconds. The cooldown is 45 seconds, and it lasts 35 seconds. Fortunately, Invis is not that good against Bounty, but still.
I remember when they first did this and you had flying vision while you were Invis, and it was just completely busted.
I mean, they're just spam tracking him, but it does mean when he leaves Invis, he does quite a lot more damage. He gets a 35% more damage too, doesn't he? Yeah, 30% more damage for 4 seconds. Which is not bad. The cooldown is also quite low. Tide is here, but Tide cannot ult because of the silence. Does not have Blink Dagger yet. Went for Vlad's first item, which I'm not always a big fan of, but I think when you've got PA on your team and Visage, it makes actually quite a lot of sense. Look at the damage he is taking. He's about to die again. Just needs a shuriken, and instead just needs something to shuriken to. Anyone. They're just going to shuriken Lich, and that will get the kill. There you go. Easy.
Cool, Max.
And now Visage.
Oh, no,
he's slowed. He can't go invis because he's in track. Out comes a Lich Ult, but only bounces to Doij because their team are so fast. Out comes another bounce. Juju will be fine. They drop the wards behind the tower. It is zoning them away, and they will
I
be.
think it's quite a nice ward position actually. They can all
in
hit
the
tower.
trees as well.
They're on the trees.
That's amazing positioning. Kinder, well done. Also making the enemy team kind of have to back off. They are killing the wards pretty quick with the power of the familiars, though. Delete them. Wow, that was quick.
That's not good for the Radiant.
Juju needs to hit level 12 because it doubles the damage that the familiars do.
Run, little bottom tower. Run.
So you really need to get that.
Yeah, Ollie's absolutely popping off this game.
He's doing, well, he's 1, 1, and 7, but he's doing a lot of damage just by spamming those shurikens. Most last hits is actually on Ross. Ross, one of those heroes, or one of those players, who's so good at farming. Give him a little bit of space, he will farm. He does have the Battle Fury. He's going straight BKB, which is, I think, what he needs to do. Juju's just being chased, but they know Ollie's there. They're going to go on. Look at Ross, go straight into Kin's Surprise, gets a kill. Another 600 crit. Ross is level 14. Dust is here. We do have Ravage if we need it. Out comes the Mystic Flare, and there will be another kill. Kill on Ollie. It's a big kill. Dire really needed that. Ross, the highest level in the game right now. Turns out all he needed was just a little bit of space.
Yeah, he's found. He'll have his BKB soon, I guess, right? Yeah, he's got the Ogre Club already.
Well, he's got Battle Fury, so yeah. He's got Battle Fury, it's the highest level in the game. He's farming well. He will. Wow, he went for 1 second Stifling Dagger cooldown instead of 150 HP, but I guess he will have BKB sooner, then he'll be fine.
Bounty.
Yeah, Visage Birds do destroy the Serpent Wards so quickly. The flying is cool. Not flying vision, but just the ability to fly on Visage on basically no cooldown. I guess it makes you more of an assassin on Visage than usual.
Yeah, you can kind of roam around. Whereas he's pretty slow otherwise, I think, isn't he?
Don't know, actually.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
he is slow.
tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
It gives you 20% move speed. Yeah, it's good. Oh, we're going on to veteran. He does have Ravage. Ravage is used. Are we going to burst Raise? Yeah, of course we are. We've got the Mystic Flare. We've got the Sinister Gaze. We dropped the ult from Lich as well, which now has been stolen. No, Sinister Gaze was stolen. Veteran will go down to Doige. Doige is so strong. Look at him delete these heroes. He gets 2 kills by himself. And Ollie did have the track on him as well.
The AoE Void did so much damage there.
Has he rushed Aghanims as well? He has.
He has.
It is a lot of damage. Triple kill for Doige. I mean, Void goes up to 365 damage. There is a talent to add 45 to it. And then you just get 900 AoE. It also makes it stun for half a second. It is such a good ability. I mean, 900 AoE is ridiculous.
Almost as much damage as Shuriken.
Yeah.
Oh, the Invis Birds chasing Kinder.
Dyer's
Do they
structures are
have
fortified.
enough damage?
No,
Dyer's middle tower
He's
is
got a lot of damage.
It has no arms to
not
defend
enough.
itself.
Not enough
Very
by
right.
themselves. You do need that Solar Crest, which is being rushed or being built next on the Visage. So more minus armor for the target. Bounty's TPing as well. Looks like we're trying to chase Ross, but Ross does manage to blink strike away, and I think he will be fine. Nearly got BKB already. Then he's going to be quite scary. He is top net worth. This is a very close game. 17 kills to 16 kills. Also very eventful. Exactly what we like to see.
I think they need to finish BKB on Razor and then they can get really aggressive. Because he tried to be aggressive there before and he just got ravaged and blown up instantly.
Yep, that's true. We do need to pick up some of those key items, but they are getting close to them. Anyone else building a key item? Ollie's gone Blink Dagger. So, an interesting build. Arcane, Blink, and Sanjin Yasha. Okay, he does get the track onto Ross. You can't burst Ross that easily. He is a tanky hero. And immediately, Jabatemel gets taken down. Now, Noodles has gone in. He gets Sinister Gaze. Mystic Flare. Look at the damage from Mystic Flare. And the last hit will go to the Chain Frost. Wow. I mean, the power of Mystic Flare. You can kill any hero with that BKB. You were right. He needs BKB.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as what happened last time. We just got Atossed instead of ravaged.
I think Dire have the advantage now. We talked about, you know, how intense this game is and how the Radiant do have the edge in the early game and they have the Bounty Hunter, but now I feel like PA is just going to be unstoppable and a Razor does not have time to, you know, slowly drain the damage away from a really fed PA. PA just blinks in and one-shots half your team and then it's too late.
Yeah, blinks in. If I was PA, I'd be trying to go for the Shaman or Rubik because super high priority.
Yeah. You one-shot the Shaman as quickly as possible and they might even have to go Aeon Discs. We'll see. I'm not sure about how well Bounty scales into late game. I almost prefer the Bounty who goes for Aghanims and those utility items because you do really high damage and then you can get the support that your team needs when you're trying to build like a core against a hero like PA who will kill you. Level 18 on the PA, that means max rank crit already, going for the Desolator, so still wants to build damage. Really high level, 3 levels higher than everyone. I feel like Jabatemo's in a little bit of trouble. Or we're going Ollie, they turn around to go Ollie. Wow, I mean, basically almost solo killed by Brex. Brex who's gone Tranquil Boots and Atos. I mean, Brex is one of those players who's... Do you remember his Skywrath used to be banned in the in-house? Because he showed us that even though you're a support, you can still one-shot a core. And that's it right there. The power of Atos. Philosopher's Stone is good for Skywrath because a support Skywrath is not going to be right-clicking very much. Extra
He's getting Ags next on Brex, well, looks of things.
Yeah, I don't know about Ags. I think core Skywrath, Ags is really good. I'm not sure about support. I feel like you'd rather get Sacrifice.
We're going on Noodle's top.
I think he's in a lot of trouble. He is slowed. A lot of his move speed is gone. And that's been another kill. They have the Solar Crest. Solar Crest works so well when you've got Phantom Assassin. When Ross gets the Desolator, you'll have Desolator, you'll have an Armor Corruption talent, which he may choose to get, and you've got the -8 armor coming out from Solar Crest. Lots of minus armor. You've got Gush in your team, which goes up to -11 armor at level 20. It somehow becomes subtly a minus armor team without even realizing it. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, minus armor is so good for taking Roche as well. As we know.
Yeah, they have a nice Roche lineup. Like they have Vlads as well for it.
Yes, they went early Vlads. I like the Vlad. Ross pops BKB straight away. Turns around, trying to go on Doige, but I don't think Doige is slow enough to be caught by Ross. And Ross actually lost his whole BKB. So that is the longest BKB duration. But that's fine. You've got Blink Ravage if you need it. Ross goes in again. Gets avoided. They need a Lotus Orb, don't they? To get rid of these, get rid of the tracks. Yeah, they should have maybe Veteran should go straight Lotus Orb. He's going for Pipe. Which I guess also is a helpful item, good against Rubik and Bounty Hunter. Here comes the actual fight. We're staying on top of Tide. Mystic Flare, that's stolen though, is it? Out comes the Ravage, 3-man Ravage. Doige is going to go down. Out comes the ult from Draken. Gets one bounce. Super Noodles will die. And I think Kinder, his Glimmer Cape's about to expire. No way, he lives. And Ollie will get away, but that is not a good fight for the Radiant at all. I think the Dire are showing that they are dominating this game now. Juju is 9-3-3. Had a bit of a tough early game, but now he's doing really well.
Now it's a free Roche for them.
It is, and you've got, yeah, Solar Crest. You've got Ghast, you've got everything. Maybe even Ags on Tide could be quite good. Minus arm the big AoE. Lower cooldown as well. Well, that was an easy rush. Whoever saw one?
Yeah, he's going to get really, really aggressive now. It's going to be very difficult for kind of Dire to get to, like, you know, rebuff the PA, I think.
Yeah, Deso's coming up soon. One more Mithril Hammer, 1,000 gold. Time to take some tier 2 towers, I think.
I think so. They managed to like hold the line, you know, for the first like 15 minutes, so PA is pretty useless. And now it's paying off for them pretty hard.
Yeah, PA, even a really good PA player can struggle in the early game. Has good abilities, but they don't. They scale well, but they start pretty weak. But he managed to get his battle through at around 17, 18 minutes, and just slowly farmed and farmed and farmed. Turned up to the fights he needed to. Got an interesting score for a PA, 4-4-12. Looks like a support, most assists in the game. But yeah.
I think that first number's going to grow.
Yeah, oh yeah, a little bit in the late game. We're getting those mega crits. I mean, he's got the level 20 talent. He did go for the -3 armor corruption, so he went for the damage route. I mean, he could have gone for the evasion because Razor's not going to go for an MKB at any time soon. Neither is the Bounty Hunter, neither is the Night Stalker. You'd be pretty safe against physical damage, but I guess he doesn't need it. Just go more damage, kill everyone. Does the armor corruption apply on towers? About to find out.
I think it does.
Oh, but I don't know. It doesn't really say anything about the ability, how long it lasts or anything. There it is, yeah, armor corruption on the tower.
There was a bug when they added
10
Hoodwink
seconds.
to the game, where Manta Style would apply, each illusion would apply its own.
Oh. That's
So you bought Manta Style on Hoodwink, and you did like -12 armor or something.
That's a bit of an oversight.
Yeah, but they fixed that.
Yeah.
I think it was also applied to PA at the same time though. In the same patch somehow.
Interesting that Radiant gone for their own bit of a push here. The Dire team are Power Rangers assembling back in the base. They may already have lost their tower though. I like that the Radiant have still decided we need to go aggressive. We don't really have a choice. Veteran does have Blink Ravage. There's Blink Ravage. Do we have to burst to kill Razor? Yep, no BKB on Razor. He's still going to go down. Kinder immediately gets crit in the face by Ross. Ross popped the BKB early just in case. Not like he even needed it, but still. Ollie gets tracked. They don't have any vision, so he will escape. But they defend their tier 2. I mean, the Radiant did create some space there, but they lost 2 of their heroes, including their core, who is quite poor. 9,000 gold on Razor. No BKB in sight.
He's fallen behind really badly, actually.
Yeah, look at the power of the Phantom Assassin. 16k net worth nearly. That is a strong hero. Cloak of Flames is maybe a slightly unusual item on a hero who just one-shots people, but still, it's extra armor and magic resist. A little bit of extra damage.
Extra farming speed. It's like you get to pretend to be Alchemist.
If he really needs it, kills every creep
exactly.
in like 1 second. Solar Crest on Ross. Very nice.
This tower chilling with 5 armor. Juju loses one of his birds just to Nightstalker Void.
Wow. Can always resummon. It's got quite a long cooldown to resummon, 130 seconds. Guess it's made up for the fact that the birds last forever.
Radiant does?
Whoa.
They do manage to take the bottom tower.
I didn't realise Visage also had a armor corruption talent. It actually comes a whole row earlier in PA. I don't know if they stack or they're both the same -3 armor.
I think they stack.
Don't know actually. I think Rex is in a bit of trouble. Okay, so Radiant's managing to find a kill. That was with Track. Ollie has nearly got BKB.
How's his BKB done now? You'll be pleased with that.
This should make my life easier.
The Radiant team do need the BKBs. There's Juju. He's been tracked. Can't go invis yet. Does now try to fly away. He's quite a fast hero. He steals even more moves. He's got 500 move speed. He's silent. Ross gets another kill somewhere else on the map. Visage, he is a tanky hero, but I think they may be able to bring him down. They are going to keep trying. And he will finally get taken down by the Rubik. But in the meantime, Ross did manage to find a kill. And yeah, they managed to lift off Tide. Reckon he's got no TP and he's tracked. Oh, Veteran does manage to escape though.
He purges it off. But they're going to chase Ross now. They know exactly where Ross is.
Yes, they do, because he is tracked. Forced out himself away.
This is space created though.
It's a lot of space created, yeah. He finally goes down. And they managed to kill Veteran too. Pretty strong. So that's 3 kills for the Radiant. And then Ross just goes in, immediately gets a kill. But he's gone in kind of one-man army style. He does have the Aegis. Is that going to be worth it? We're about to find out. He's going to go... Never mind, he doesn't go down. He blinks away. Lifted up by Jabema. Jabema has no mana. Does have a Ghost Scepter though. And Brex is like, oh, Ghost Scepter, cheers. Gets an instant kill. Okay, Ross finally is brought down, but I feel like he'll be okay. He's got the BKB in a second. He can't see Ollie. Sees Doige. Of course, it's daytime, so Doige is now going to get slowed by the Skywrath. He's not very fast. Ross will get yet another kill. Yeah, so his kill score is growing. Gone up 4 kills.
He was really greedy to stay there. There was no way they killed him twice.
No, they killed him once, which is good enough. And Brex immediately destroyed Jabema in his Ghost Scepter. Thanks,
if you have Rubik alive, maybe you can kind of kite him out, but yeah, they needed to leave there. They overstayed their welcome for sure.
They did. 21 kills to 29. Dire's net worth lead is actually quite small. It's all on pretty much one hero at the moment. But that's all it needs to be. Nearly level 25. I mean, the next highest level after Ross is pretty low. A 19 on Ollie, whereas you have a 24, nearly 25 Phantom Assassin can go for 7% more crit chance, or the triple dagger. Bit of a fight going on in the mid lane, but Ollie has managed to find Draken. Sinister Gaze, hold him in place for a little bit. Ollie will find a kill. Ult was used, and Judy does manage to find a double kill, getting a kill on Noodles yet again. This poor Razor being brought down every single exchange. Ollie does use his Blink Dagger to escape. Now he's going Aghanim, so he's having a bit of an identity crisis. Not quite sure how he wants to play.
One day he'll finish his BKB.
Maybe. Noodles, look at him. Look at him in the webcam. He is like, oh god.
He's struggling. He's like, where's my BKB? That is the man who needs a BKB.
Ross taking quite a lot of magic damage here. I think the pipe is going to be a good call. Here comes a Ravage. 4-man Ravage, or 3-man. Do we have enough to get a kill? Ollie is immediately killed. Doige uses his BKB to try and escape. And Ross trying to get a kill on Jabema. Instant stun, so he cannot use the Ghost Scepter. Gets Hex.
Dive.
Ross is in a little bit of trouble. Do we have anything to save him? Tries to take the tower off him. Does manage to get away. One more tower hit. Still fine. Dodging the tower hits, of course. And now the Atos Doige will be held in place. Ross gets the kills with the little stifling dagger crit.
I was right on the edge of backfiring big time.
And he's got the money now to buy an Abyssal Blade. which is going to be even scarier. Tank him up a little bit, give him some damage. You need to get out of there, Noodles, and by out of there, I mean really far. Yes, you have your BKB. You're probably quite happy with that. Glyph has been used. They'll stop the push for now. But I think they'll keep pushing because they know some of the heroes are down for quite a long time. We've got 35 seconds on this Night Stalker, and he's got no ultimate, and it's still daytime. They're actually going to back off. They do have the outpost. They have control of the whole jungle.
I wonder if you need a Yules on Razor at this stage. I feel like you've fallen quite far behind, you know, like maybe you need to go for more utility. I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there.
Maybe. I don't feel like you're ever going to outcarry a PA. So you need to just try and get the drain on her as much as possible. So yeah, maybe just going for drain Yules is worth it. Because by the time he comes out, he'll have lost over 100 damage.
Titan delete, I think. That doesn't have TP. Man, you need to run back to base. He's got double damage.
Ross firing down. Oh my god, nearly one shot in this, but he actually ties to the birds. Oh, that is very sad. Now Ross is going in onto Dodge. They have so much minus armor, they can bring him down. 1,500 damage crit for the reduction. Tower goes straight down. And the little damage coming out from bouncing shurikens is not going to be enough. Not compared to the Phantom Zone, who can immediately kill you. They are very reliant on Ravage, like you said, but you still got time. Okay, BKB has to be used, but then he just ties straight away to the power of Ross.
They were reliant on Ravage, but they made all those Ravages count really hard, I think.
They did, yeah.
Like, every Ravage, Ross immediately deletes one person by the time the stun's over.
You've got Assault Cuirass as well. So you've got Assault Cuirass and Solar Crest and Armor Corruption and Desolator and Tidehunter, who went for the minus armor gush talent. So the amount of minus armor you have on this team is just staggering. And last tower now. It might be GG. Here we go, game 2. Ollie is going for a kill on Drekken. Drekken doesn't quite die. You've got the dust. Ollie's been found. He has to BKB straight away because he knows Brex will kill him. Then Ross goes in. Instant Abyssal Blade. But Ollie is fast. Hex use on Ross. Ross didn't commit his BKB for that.
Just gonna get deleted.
Immediately kills Kinder Surprise. No chance of him to survive there. This poor Shadow Shaman is really struggling.
This is the last stand when you raise your BKB. Can you make it count?
I feel like this is going to be a little bit tricky for the Radiant team now. Level 26 PA. Oh, he's stealing some damage. This is good. Damage is being stolen. More damage being stolen. He does manage to get out. Out comes the Ravage. Brex immediately follows up on Ollie. Manages to get the kill. Stolen Ravage, but it only gets one person, which is Brex, because there are so many BKBs used. Brex will go down, but Ross is still at large. 89 damage stolen means he's not hitting as hard, but it's still hard enough. And GG has been called. Trying to kill Doige, but Doige is flying over the base. Held in place by Shackle, but he has so much evasion. And that will be the GG.
Unfortunately, I can't cast game 2, so
Do you not?
I have to
Okay.
call up on the backup casters.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for casting that game. It was an
problem.
interesting game. The Radiant had a decent lead at the start. Looked like things were going their way, but in the end, the Dire just had just enough space and made it work, and Ross was way too strong. The minus armor strat, Brex killing people from full HP as a support.
I think Brex is MVP for me that game. I think Brex, you know, he took advantage of the stuns really well. He blew up Razor a lot. Really made Dan struggle, I think.
Yes, I agree, yeah. I felt like he did what he needed to do on Skyrath. He was a support, but he made them so scared of being killed by Mystic Flare. He made them instant BKB and really panic.
Yeah.
So, and then
Bought
GG.
time.